afternoon. This is Leila Rao with the next installment of our LIA100 interviews. With me today is an amazing woman who's crossing the globe and making Agile work for herself and her clients, Marina Alex. Welcome.
Hi everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and share my experience.
So let's talk about those experiences because you have an extraordinary life. You're bouncing between Russia, Europe, US, consulting, coaching, training. How did all this happen?
It is an interesting story. My background is sales. I worked more than 10 years in sales, and then I was invited as a sales director in one software company, and they were Agile company, and they helped me realize what does mean Agile, what does mean Scrum, and different IT words. And it was an interesting journey because I apply Agile in sales and in marketing and in medicine, healthcare, and hospitality and brokers. It's different areas, and I help to change executives in executives level, and I work as an Agile coach for them. And when I started, it was about 6 years ago. Nobody believed that Agile in sales it's possible. And especially in Russia, we have interesting culture. We are very directly, and we love to give feedback. And sometimes this feedback is very blindness. And I received a lot of feedbacks from Agile coaches from software that, Marina, you shouldn't do it. We don't believe in Agile in sales. It doesn't work. And one day I realized that I am alone in a huge country and nobody believed that it's possible, but I had a passion because I apply Scrum to sales, and I realized that we grow our sales, we triple our sales, and I realized that it works, but nobody around me believes. And I felt really very lonely because, in Russia, we still have difference between men and women. And especially in consultancy, in consultant world, like women, like men more clever and know more in new technology than women. That's why it was a lot of issues in this way. And one day I decided to find some support, and I asked myself, who created Agile? And it was the USA, the United States, right? And I realized that I need to write them, I need to go, and they will support me. And it was night about 2 a.m. and I found information about business agility conference in New York, and it was about Agile outside of IT. And it was about 4 years ago, and I didn't speak English at all. But I realized to buy tickets and just go and see people who has the same passion than me, like me. And I found a workshop, or it was Mike Biddle workshops. He ran a workshop about enterprise Scrum, and I decided to buy a ticket, and without any language, without English, and I just came, and during 2 days I didn't understand anything, just anything, but I was near people who explore Scrum in enterprise Scrum. And in very simple English language, I explained to Mike Biddle that I apply Agile and Scrum in sales. And he believed to me, and he started to support me, and he helped me as a mentor. And it was a huge support. And suddenly he was killed in Chicago, and we lost a great person from Agile world. But every year I continue to come to New York in Business Agility Conference, and I met a lot of people, and I've met Evan Layburn, who started support me in Agile in sales. And it was, for me, it was more than Agile friends, it was like family, because each year we had a lot of conversation about Agile outside of IT. And I realized that I'm not alone in this journey, and it helped me to continue do everything that I'm doing now. And now, after 6 years, now I'm a well-known person in Russia, and all people almost know me as a good expert in Agile outside of IT. But still, for example, today, before our conversation, I had a workshop for executive from one big company. And before, they asked me to show them my presentation. And I said, okay, just see. And in my presentation, I explored how business world changed, and several different type of changes. And one of them was that in executive level, now we have more women than men, because woman, she has great skills to create teams. And it was just one of information about every changes. And today they asked me, like, Marina, could you delete it? Because we don't want to know this information. And I told them, guys, it's not about Agile. Agile, it's about transparency. And you invite me, you paid me, and now you explain what should I say, right, on this stage. And I don't agree about that, because if you don't trust me, just invite another Agile expert. And they told me, okay, Marina, we realized, okay, you can put this information, but please don't pay attention to this information. It was funny. And I realized, okay, guys, you're not ready for changes, because men and women, they're equal, but not in Russia. But anyway, I love my country, I love our culture, but to be agile coach in software, in non-IT area, and apply agile in sales, and be woman with blonde hair, it's a huge issue sometimes. But I'm strong, and I'm when you have passion, when you really believe what you're doing, you don't care about some skeptical opinions. Yeah, this is my story.
Okay, I've got to ask you more about this. So, how did you get the confidence and the internal drive to keep going? Because it sounds like you're very alone against the odds in a culture where it's not the norm. What made you keep going?
Passion, and I think marketing and sales skills, because I'm a salesperson. I love sales, and I know how to sell idea. That's why I decided to make noise about that. I created blog, I created a lot of video in YouTube. I created, every month I had meetups about this topic, and I explain and explain. And then I created a business agility university in Russia, and run my own business, and teach people. And I have very good team. And now I'm going to relocate to the United States, and I will run this business in the United States. But anyway, passion and vision that I will do it. Anyway, I will do it. And now I have more than 5,000 followers who really trust my experience and try apply Agile in sales. And it's time, but I think, yeah, passion and time. I spent a lot of hours to make it reality.
I was going to ask about that because passion, obviously, you have is important, but you need a lot more than that, and certainly time and the vision. And I love that you're applying your existing sales skills to now convince people. How did you get into sales and marketing?
Sorry, what?
How did you enter sales and marketing as a career? What did you study in college? Did you know you always
Oh,
wanted to do sales?
I'm honestly, in my university, I studied, I was a teacher. But okay, it's another story, but I hope it's interesting. And I was last children in my family. We have four children in my family, and I was the youngest one and the last one. And my father was president of bank, and he's very strong man, Russian man, who think that women should do something light and easy because it's not big business. And he always explained, like, Marina, you should work in tourism or in school or something like this. But I was very difficult sometimes and strong daughter, and I decided, okay, I will show you that I'm going to be vice president of bank. And I changed my career, and I tried to find a job as in a bank or in insurance company. And he was very mad for me because he told me, like, Marina, you're a woman, you shouldn't do it. But I decided, and I built a very good career because I had a passion to show him that I could be a vice president. That's why last my work was a head of sales in big bank, Russian bank. I had a lot of sales managers around me, and I achieved very good career in this level. Yeah.
Okay, I'm really glad you explained that because that is an amazing story. So you started from trying to prove your dad wrong and became a success. And it also explains, I think, why you have the business you do now, because you're applying your sales and your teaching knowledge.
Yeah. And then the next level was when I realized that I'm working in huge organization. I spent a lot of time for be a vice president, but it's not really my dream. It's my father. I decided to show it to my father, but it's not my dream. And then when I was invited in Agile company, and they show me another world, self-organizing team, values, Scrum, and I really had my personal transformation because it was really hard. And when I decided to continue to study how to be a coach and to get this profession, my father was very mad because he liked my career before, and then I told him, like, okay, I decided to run my own business. It was shock for him, but after that I opened about 6 companies, and I had a lot of mistakes during this journey, and I had negative profit in some businesses. That's why I closed companies, open again, and now I have 2 companies, one in the United States and one in Russia. Yep.
Wow. Okay, let's a little bit more about the whole Russian background and culture. It sounds like there's some unique challenges that come from trying to be a woman and be an agilist in Russia. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because I'm American, and that's a pretty new world for us.
Yeah, it's new world, but for us it's a reality. I will tell you more because I'm how to say, I'm extraordinary Russian woman for my country because I twice I divorced twice, and for our culture it's untypical, and it's really very bad because you have to be married, you have to you should be with your husband, he should earn money, you should cook, care about children, and this is normal situation. In my case, I divorced, and all people around, like, Marina, you're so unhappy person. Oh my God, it's so you have just 1 children, and you have to work a lot, and you don't have a husband, and it's like every day, and every day explain, like, I am happy. I'm really happy. I don't want to live with husband and be not myself. I really hate cooking. I'm sorry. It's my nature. I don't like cooking, and I do it awful. I'm going, if you need, I will help wash dishes, but I don't like cook at all. And this is my nature. And I really, in 2 marriages, I tried to be a good wife and to be a good woman, but it was not real. That's why I divorced. But this is our culture, and I work a lot now. I run business, I travel around the world, I'm changing the world, and I'm really happy about that. But in my culture, in Russia culture, it's very bad way. And especially if you do something extraordinary, like Agile in sales, because Agile is from software, and I don't have any software background. I never work as a software person, and I'm from sales, and I always ask um, companies like, okay, guys, how we are going to measure our Agile transformation? How much money it will get? Because we're a business. I love business. We speak in business language, and for software Russian agile coaches, sometimes it's like, it's very awful question. You shouldn't ask it. We're about agile, not about money. And we have some misunderstanding sometimes. And a lot of feedback in my social media. Not all people agree, but now they're okay because it's about 6 years they know me, and it's okay.
So let's talk about the couple of years that have happened, both in terms of Russian culture and Agile community. Things have changed a lot. Have you seen things changing both in terms of gender and Agile within your clients and your circles?
I see very big difference between agile transformations 6 years ago and now. Before it was everything about software, about IT. Now it's agile in HR, in sales and marketing, and business realized that it should change everything around all system, all process, all structure, because we need to be closer with our customers. We should create value for our customers all together. That's why now it's really easy to be agile outside of IT coach, I think.
I think easier. I'm not sure I would say it's easy yet.
A little, a little.
So what's next for you? Because you've already come a long way. So do you have a plan for what's happening next?
Yeah, I adapt Scrum for sales and created my own system Sway, Sales with Agile. And now I'm writing a Sway Guide 2.0, next guide. And I want my main goal for 2020 to show um, sales around the world that they have to change themselves. Because I believe that classic sales, when you push your client, when you call and try to sell something, it's old, it's in the past. And I try, and I have a goal to explain that we have agile mindset, we have system. Let's change our sales. Let's create cross-functional teams with the sales and marketing, because sometimes they have a war between them. That's why this is my main goal, and I have very big experience as a speaker in business agility conference, in agile conference. But when I ask like 1,000 people, and I ask, hi guys, who's from sales? It's like 5 people. And I realized if I want to really change the world, I should go to a sales conference to where 2,000 sales managers, and explain, guys, let's change ourselves. We have to.
I think that's generally true of Agile communities. We're still pretty IT focused. We're still pretty Agile focused. And we do need to go where the people doing the work that we want to transform are. Sounds like you're doing that. So I know you're coming to the US next. So what's happening for you here?
Um, I have several clients in the United States now, and for me now it's difficult to travel. This is the first thing. The second thing, I really love culture of the United States. I love that all people smiling, because in Russia it's not our culture. I'm always smiling, and I love California very much. I love the Pacific Ocean, and I really love it. This is my dream to relocate. And I'm going to run my business Way Systems in the United States, and create company which will help to um, teach agile sales coaches around the world.
Wow, sounds amazing. And I'm sure you will do it because I do know that much about you. So, based on all of these experiences, can you offer some advice to other women? Because most of us look at you like, "Oh how are you doing this? You're in 3 continents, you're running a business, you're a mom. Like, how do you make all this happen?"
Um, First of all, I think here is important to have agile mindset, grow mindset, to be ready for mistakes, because you will have a lot of mistakes in your way. But be ready for that and adapt and learn and adapt. It's the first thing. The second thing is I adapt Scrum for myself for about 5 years ago, and it helped. It really helped me because I have 1 day sprint, and in the morning I have a planning session with myself, and in the end of the day I have retrospective, and I create exactly steps which I'm going to apply for tomorrow. It helps me move very fast in my grow, right? The second thing, it's passion. If you really love and believe what you are doing, just go and achieve your goal, and don't think about another people. Like for example, in my culture, right, I receive a lot of feedback from my grandmother and grandfather, like, Marina, oh my god, you have to work in school near your house, you have a son, you should spend time with him. I won't be myself, and I think it's important when you are who you are, and if you believe and you are going to change the world, just go and change it. If you believe that you are going to run your business and this business will help different people, just go and run your business. Yeah, that's why just be yourself and do everything that you really want. Yeah. And the last thing, I think, especially if we're talking about agile coaches, I think it's important to love people. This is a profession. It's about when you are a leader, you help organization to, go through different transformation. You're a leader, you help them, but at the same time, you're a servant leader. You help them, you give everything them. You care about people, you coach them, you support them. It's about to give. It's not about take and be very famous and earn money. This profession is not about money. Yes, we have a good money, but this money it's feedback from our customers. If they're happy about how you support them in agile transformation, you have a lot of money, all right? But it's not main purpose in this profession. Here, I think it's about love to people, to give them, to support them, and to help them in this difficult journey.
I honestly cannot add anything else because I think you summarized it perfectly. From an agile coach perspective, love your clients, take care of them, and everything else will follow. And in terms of advice, follow your passion and be true to who you are.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
And yep.
All right, Marina, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. This was definitely inspiring.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.